Hello everyone, so this is the redraw of my first YouTube video. I meant to post this video last week but ended up not having enough time or motivation to record the audio for it because, as I've said previously, I don't like doing the audio commentary. But a lot of people wanted audio commentary for that last video and I'm really sorry that I didn't do any for the original old drawing video. I really hate that picture, so I felt like it would just be really self-deprecating and really negative, so I just decided to not do any commentary for that one because it would not have been very fun to listen to unless you like people talking crap about their old artwork, but whatever. Sorry. So yeah, I redrew that, or I did a new version of that old drawing, and this is what it looks like. It was very hard to redraw it and not just do a exact copy of the old drawing because I can still draw in that style, but that's not actually how my style looks now. I'm not really quite sure what my style looks like anymore actually, but yeah, it was very interesting to redraw an old piece of artwork because I actually hadn't done that in years and years and years, and it was pretty fun. It's neat to see what it looks like now as opposed to 3 years ago, so that was kind of fun. I am inking, and if the sketch that I'm inking from looks a little strange, it's because it's not a sketch, it's a printout of a sketch, because last week was midterms at school and I drew the sketch for this drawing in my drawing for animation sketchbook because our teacher wants us to have a specific sketchbook just for that class, so we do all of our work for that class in that specific sketchbook because we're supposed to do 4 to 5 pages of sketching a week for homework, and I drew the sketch for this picture in that sketchbook, but then I didn't realize she was collecting it and taking it to grade it, so I didn't have the sketch, and I realized it on my drive home from school that day, and I was like, well, what am I supposed to do, because I was gonna record the coloring for it and stuff, but I don't have the sketch. But I did take a picture of the sketch and put it on my Instagram. So I saved the picture from Instagram and pulled it into Photoshop and adjusted the levels so that I could see the line art clearly, and then I printed it out, and that's how I got the sketch so I could do the inking of it. I would have waited to get my sketchbook back, but I had to wait till, because it was last Wednesday and I wouldn't have gotten it back till this Wednesday, a week later, and I didn't want to wait that long because I colored this last weekend with the intention of posting the video last weekend. So that was fun. Not really, but it worked out pretty okay. I was really glad that I ended up taking that picture and putting it on Instagram. Otherwise I wouldn't have been able to color this at all, but yeah. When I was working on this, I tried really hard to keep the colors matching from the original drawing, but it was very hard to pick out the original colors that I used, because at the time when I colored this colored the original 3 years ago, I had about 100 Copic markers, so I don't know what colors I had at that time. So it was very interesting to try and pick out colors that were the same, and I think I did a pretty good job, but I know that there were a couple that I did end up changing because I didn't like how they looked, and they didn't work with the color scheme that I wanted to go with, or at the time went with. So it was really interesting. I know the skin colors are completely different because I don't color skin the same way that I used to now, but and I know how to handle like lighting and shading a lot better now than I used to. So I tried to add proper shading, like with the hat, which is what I'm doing right now. I tried to make sure that I tried to do proper shading based on where my light source was coming from. But yeah, I'm just coloring. I'm coloring on the same paper I always use, the Gina cardstock in ivory. Using Copic markers, mostly sketch markers. No, I don't keep track of my colors anymore. I used like 60 colors on this little teeny tiny drawing. So it's just really hard to keep track of all the colors that I use, because I know that people ask if I keep track of my colors, or like what colors I used for skin. I don't know, because I don't always use the same colors for things, so I can guess, but I don't know for sure what colors I did use. The only colors I do know that I used for this, for the hat, I used the E70s, because I know what those look like, because the E70s are my favorite color group for Copics, because they're so pretty. But those are the only colors that I know that I actually did use. When I finished coloring this, it was very dull, because I used a lot of really muted colors, so, and when I scanned it, it looked really bad, because Copics don't look good when they're scanned. There's nothing you can do about it. So I did end up going into Photoshop and pulling the scanned image in and adjusted the levels a bit so that the color popped a bit more, because I always get asked that, do I adjust, like, do I photo edit my drawings once I'm done? Usually no. I'll adjust them to look like the original scanned image, but for this one, it looked really bad. So I did pull the levels around to make the colors pop out a bit more. And I do like how it turned out better with the color adjusting, but normally I try to just make it match what the original drawing looks like the physical copy, because Copics don't scan well, and there's nothing that you can do about that. They just don't. So, yeah, I know at one point during this video my camera battery died, and I think it's when I colored the eyes. So I think that part is missing when I colored the eyes. I don't remember, because I haven't actually watched this in like a week, but pretty sure. But it's like 2 seconds of coloring and whatever. Yeah, it happened. Just trying to find stuff to talk about. I am, as I've said, not a fan of the commentaries, but I know that people like them, I'm assuming, because I've been told that it's more engaging, and I can see how that would be true. I have no idea what to talk about, so if you guys want to know, like, if you have any ideas of what I could talk about, because I've already talked about, like, my coloring process and my inking process in previous videos, and I feel like I keep repeating myself, but if you have any, like, fun ideas of stuff to chit-chat about while I'm doing these, any suggestions would be great. I was thinking about doing my Q&A, because people have been asking for that for, like, a million years, so I might do a little section of that, like every other video, do some Q&A or something. If people are interested in that, please let me know. I was thinking, since I had so much fun doing this picture, that I might pull out some more old drawings and redraw them. I'm like, not talking like stuff from YouTube, I'm talking like stuff from like 10 years ago. Because I'm going to post my old artwork videos probably next month, and I actually need to find those. They're buried somewhere on my computer, so I need to go find them or re-record them probably. But, so I was thinking about maybe doing a series of that, like picking out a drawing that I did 15 years ago and then redrawing it how I draw now, because I think that might be kind of interesting. If that sounds like a good idea, let me know about that, or if you have any other suggestions. I'm going to do the 3-marker challenge next month, I believe. I have it on my list that's on my computer. Yeah, I'm trying to keep track of all the stuff that I have to do for YouTube. And I have a list on a memo board that's hooked to my computer, so I'm looking at it right now. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not quite sure what else to talk about. I still am gonna do videos that have music in them. I had a suggestion about putting music and commentary in them, but I'm not really a fan of that, and it's like twice as much work to find royalty-free music and do audio commentary. It's just a pain in the butt, even though I do have access to Fullscreen's audio library because I'm a Fullscreen member, but it's just kind of hard to find royalty-free music that's nice. So I'm probably just going to either stick to all music for videos or all commentary for videos, but I will switch between them because I know that it's kind of a pain to do the commentary sometimes, and, you know. But yeah, I know I'm going to have some videos of the comic that me and my roommate are working on, because we're starting to actually work on it since our class has been delayed so much, but yeah. So I did a comparison. I did the new version and the old version, and then I did them side by side so you could see the comparison. And yeah, I guess that's everything. So see you next time, guys.